Chosen one, pause for a moment. Slow your thoughts. Let the noise inside you settle. This moment is not random. These words are not appearing in your life by coincidence. There is a reason something inside you felt pulled to listen. For a long time now, deep within your heart, you've sensed it. A quiet awareness that your life is meant for more than simply getting through the day. More than routine. More than survival. More than blending in. You may not always have words for it, but it's there. A sense that you are different, that your inner world doesn't fully match the ordinary patterns around you. You've watched others seem confident, decisive, certain of their direction, and somewhere inside you've wondered why your own path feels unclear. Why do I feel set apart? Why don't I fit easily? Why does my journey feel slower, heavier, more complex? Here is a truth that changes everything when you really understand it. God never created humanity in general and hoped things would work out. He created people individually, intentionally, with precision. He created you on purpose, not as an afterthought, not as a replacement, not as one face in a crowd. You exist because God desired you. Your personality, your mind, your sensitivity, your questions, your depth. None of it is accidental. What you are about to understand is not something you earn. It is not based on your performance, your discipline, your confidence, or your past. It exists whether you recognize it or not. The first foundational truth is this: God knows your name, not symbolically, not as a poetic idea, but personally and specifically. Scripture says, "I have called you by name. You are mine." This was not a general announcement. It was an intimate declaration. In biblical times, a name was not just a label. It carried identity, purpose, and destiny. When God called someone by name, something shifted at the core of who they were. Abram became Abraham. Jacob became Israel. Their identity was reshaped by divine recognition. Jesus described himself as a shepherd who calls each sheep by name, not as a group, not as a number, but one by one. This means your life has never been invisible to God. Even in seasons where you felt unseen by people, even when your efforts went unnoticed, even when your struggles were misunderstood or ignored, God's attention is not divided. He does not know others deeply and you superficially. His knowledge of you is complete. Your prayers are not competing for space. Your pain is not generic. Your story is not blended into someone else's. He knows your name. He knows your history. He knows the thoughts you never say out loud. He knows the questions you're afraid to ask. And this truth anchors everything else. Because if God knows you by name, then your life is not an accident. Your existence is not random. Your journey is not meaningless. The second truth flows naturally from the first. You are not only known by God, you are chosen. Before time began, before circumstances shaped you, before mistakes marked your memory, God already had you in mind. Scripture says He chose you before the foundation of the world. That means before success or failure, before confidence or insecurity, before obedience or confusion. You were chosen with full knowledge of who you would be. This is important because many people believe they must become worthy before God chooses them. But Scripture shows the opposite pattern. God does not choose people because they are qualified. He qualifies the people He chooses. David was overlooked by his own family. Gideon saw himself as weak and insignificant. Moses believed his limitations disqualified him. Yet God chose them, not because they were strong, but because He was. Not because they were ready, but because He was faithful. Your confusion does not cancel your calling. Your weakness does not remove God's purpose. Your waiting season does not mean God has changed His mind. Being chosen does not mean being superior to others. It means being entrusted with responsibility. Every person carries a different assignment, a different expression of purpose, a different role within a greater design. There is no competition in God's plan, only coordination. When you compare yourself to others, you assume God's attention is limited. It is not. He does not give more purpose to some and less to others. He gives different purpose to each. Your chosenness is personal, not comparative. And this leads to the third truth, the one that explains your process. God is not rushing you. He is shaping you. Scripture says you are being transformed. Not instantly, not all at once, but gradually, intentionally, layer by layer. Being chosen does not mean immediate fulfillment. Often, choosing comes long before manifestation. Joseph was chosen as a teenager, yet spent years in obscurity before elevation. David was anointed king, yet waited through hardship and hiding before the crown. Between choosing and fulfillment lies formation. This is where character is built. This is where humility is formed. This is where dependence on God replaces dependence on self. Delay is not denial. It is development. Every season that felt slow was teaching you patience. Every closed door was building discernment. Every unanswered prayer was strengthening trust. Nothing you've experienced has been wasted. The confusion had purpose. The waiting had purpose. The struggle had purpose. God knows your name. God chose you intentionally. God is shaping you patiently. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not failing. You are becoming. And what you are becoming matters more than what you can see right now. Nothing in your life is accidental. Nothing about you is unseen. Nothing you've endured has been meaningless.